When I put my uniform on, I'm ready to help someone on the worst day of their life.
Oh. It's the ambulance here, mate.
As soon as we arrive, they just know they're in safe hands and that we're going to do everything we can to help them.
Does that feel better? Yeah?
I wouldn't have guessed you were 104.
I genuinely think laughter is the best medicine.
Let's go. Teddy wants to go. You're very brave.
To know that you bring someone that's very unwell to hospital and they get better. It's one of the best feelings in the world.
I promise I'll look after you.
Second to God, these people.
Let's get you in the ambulance, eh?
I feel really proud to wear this uniform and I feel really proud to be a paramedic.
On this episode of Paramedics,
Have we got any appropriate responses at all?
a freak accident leaves Annie with devastating injuries.
Oh, yes, that's straight through.
It feels like I can feel broken skull and potentially through to her brain. If we can get her to hospital alive, that would be nothing short of amazing.
Hello. Oh, God.
What has caused this much-loved mum to collapse?
Does she have a pulse? Is she breathing? We're not sure.
Christine?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? So I'm not pretending.
Oh, no.
And brave Michelle refuses to let a painful injury ruin her day.
If I was a betting man, I'd bet my money that she's definitely broken something there. We're going to load you up on pain relief.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, I like that.
SA Ambulance Service. So tell me exactly what happened.
At the Emergency Operations Centre, a frantic call is coming through. A woman has plunged several metres through a roof. Her two friends witnessed the horrific accident.
Is she awake?
No, she's unconscious. She's making noises. She's moving like crazy overhead.
Is she breathing?
Yeah, she's breathing.
Okay, we've got help coming out nice and quickly, okay?
Intensive care paramedic Bill is now on his way to the critically injured woman.
So this patient has fallen through the roof with an extremely large lac to the head, which is a laceration. So the worst case scenario would be a head injury or a spinal injury, which we will manage very carefully, but also very quickly.
A fall from a roof has potential to cause extreme damage.
Come on, mate.
The first thing I think about is the height at which they'd fallen. And depending on where and how they've fallen, there can be multiple patterns of injury. Things like broken bones, internal bleeding, and severe head injuries, which can be life-changing, if not life-ending.
While Bill races to the scene, the callers are still on the line to the 000 operator.
Annie, we've got hospital.
Do you know what caused the fall?
The roof fell in.
Is the bleeding spurting or pouring?
Yeah, there's bleeding.
Is it spurting or pouring?
I don't know. I don't want to move it.
No, that's fine. Don't worry if you can't see it.
Prospect 51, do you know where the closest crew is coming from?
They clear the queue in, so they are doing a run up the way.
Roger, thank you.
Multiple crews have been sent, one just ahead of Bill. But he will be the first intensive care paramedic to arrive on scene.
In cases like this, the adrenaline's pumping, my mind's racing a million miles an hour. I'm mentally preparing for what I'm going to have to do in those first couple of seconds that I'm on scene, because every second is vital. We don't exactly know where she's fallen from, but potentially a base of skull injury. And that means that she has a high likelihood of bleeding internally in her skull, which can only have one outcome, and that's not going to be great.
If you could go anywhere in the world, where do you reckon it would be?
London would be my destination of choice. What you?
Probably like Brazil and Argentina.
Exotic.
Yeah.
Good friends, Nee and Carlos, are on the afternoon shift. But right now, their minds are a million miles away from work.
I just loved sitting by the beach or by the pool, drinking out of a coconut. I absolutely love traveling. Just the excitement of packing your bags, going to a foreign country, not knowing anyone, and just going exploring. It's food for the soul. It's just, yeah, love it.
Maybe that can be your next trip, Argentina.
Maybe, yeah.
Can I come with you? Let's go together.
The tickets are all sold out. So.
I am quite offended. I think we'll have too much fun together. I think that's what he's scared of. You're so mean.
But Nee's just gonna have to get over her disappointment. A woman has hurt herself at a family lunch and needs their help.
So we just got a priority 3.
Yep.
For first name Michelle. Says here that she's fallen and dislocated shoulder. Patients that have dislocated or broken a shoulder just look like they're in complete agony. So I just count my lucky stars that I've never actually broken or dislocated anything because it just looks excruciating. So we want to get there nice and quickly, determine what's going on and provide some sort of pain relief for this patient.
As Carlos and I arrive on scene, we see the patient's husband come out. He's waving us down. He looks quite concerned.
Lead the way.
So we grab our kits and we come in.
Hi, my name's Carlos.
And the first thing we see is the patient. And she's sitting on the chair, happy as Larry, smiling from ear to ear. So definitely not what we were expecting.
So what happened with the arm?
I think I've dislocated it.
Okay, how did you manage to do that?
I might have fell down.
You might have fell
on
down.
On the way to the toilet.
Oh,
but
right.
I've been to the toilet, lucky.
Good. You didn't hit your head or anything
No.
like that? No? Okay. I'm just going to feel your wrist. I just want to feel... I'll be gentle. No pins and needles in your
No.
fingers? No. Excellent. Is that sore where I'm pressing down?
Yeah, there it's sore.
Like where the bicep kind of is. I have a feel of Michelle's arm, and there's a big, massive bump in the middle of her bicep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? So I'm not pretending.
Oh, no.
Good.
Michelle's very brave. I don't have X-ray vision, but if I was a betting man, I'd bet my money that she's definitely broken something there.
Okay, so we're going to check her breathing. So what I want you to do is say the word now every single time you see her chest rise, okay?
Yes.
Starting now.
At the Emergency Operations Centre, a call taker is helping 2 shocked friends. Their good mate has just crashed through the roof of her shed. The woman was trying to fix a leak when she fell and hit the ground.
Okay, take a breath now.
Next one.
Yes, take another breath.
Next one.
Breathing. She's in a lot of pain.
Just stay nice and calm. Nice breaths yourself as well, okay? She'll likely be able to hear you, so if you stay calm, that's going to help her a lot. You're doing a great job there.
This could be life or death for the patient, considering they might have a head injury. If need be, we'll rush them to the hospital as quick as we possibly can.
Intensive care paramedic Bill is only moments away from reaching the patient. Another ambulance crew has arrived just ahead of him.
Hello. Hey, Vicky, it's Bill.
As soon as I walk in, I can see that the roof is quite high. I'm estimating 4 metres. There's a hole in which she's fallen through. She's actually face down with quite a lot of blood around her head on the floor, so I can see that she's done a lot of damage.
Danny, there is significant bleeding under here. I haven't had a good news yet.
Okay.
Just walked in, but we're not getting any appropriate response.
Nose as well.
Okay, nose looks broken.
Falling through a roof directly onto concrete is nothing short of catastrophic. She could have a fractured skull, which could lead to a bleed on the brain. So at this stage, she is fighting for her life. If we can get her to hospital alive, that would be nothing short of amazing.
How bad's the pain out of 10?
I'm going 8.
Have you had anything for the pain, like Panadol,
No.
ibuprofen? No? Okay.
Nothing.
Sorry for asking. It's okay.
Michelle has done some serious damage to her arm after taking a tumble on the way to the bathroom. Nee and Carlos need to get her pain under control so they can take a better look at the injury.
What we're going to do is we're going to load you up on pain relief.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, I like that.
The family were enjoying a celebration lunch when the accident happened, but Michelle is refusing to let it dampen her spirits.
Have you had the green whistle before?
Oh, only once when I was pregnant for about 2 breaths.
All right.
Am I going to be funny? Am I going to laugh or something?
You might.
Probably,
you might
yeah.
feel like you're on a couple of Vinos.
Woohoo!
But... Right, so pop your lips around there,
Okay.
breathe it in, and then out through your nose.
So we use the green whistle for pain relief. A lot of the times it makes people really giggly, really bubbly. So it's going to be quite interesting using the green whistle, Michelle. You can still wiggle your fingers on that side?
Sorry, you asked.
You didn't have chest pains or anything when from the fall? No? Okay.
No.
Didn't feel dizzy or lightheaded?
No.
Do you think you just kind of misplaced your footing?
Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe, not too sure?
Michelle tells us that she can't remember how she's fallen, which is a big concern for us.
I'll pop this on your finger.
So we got to assess her, make sure that we can rule out chest pain. She could have had low blood pressure or even a low sugar episode.
I'm going to check your sugar levels too, okay?
36.5. Cool, sugars are good. Temperature's fantastic. So far everything that we've checked over is perfect.
Good.
Except for that arm, obviously. Do you want something stronger for the pain? Not really? You're not a fan? No? No worries.
With Michelle's pain under control, Carlos can now get a good look at the 56-year-old's arm.
Is it right there?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can definitely feel it.
Yeah.
Given the location where it is, I don't think it is dislocated, potentially like a break.
Really?
Yeah. So my recommendation is a trip up to hospital.
It's quite devastating for Michelle. A broken arm takes months to recover, so things like writing, driving, dressing yourself, even eating becomes a really hard thing to do.
Room for me?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Husband Darren will be travelling to hospital with Michelle.
How's that pain?
Definitely feel it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely you would. People break bones all the time, but with a break this bad, it can actually be quite detrimental if there's permanent nerve damage, permanent muscle damage as well.
Alrighty.
So it's important to get it x-rayed quickly and get on top of her pain as well.
You're okay, darling. You're doing very, very well.
She's got bleeding from her nose. It might be from her as well.
55-year-old Annie was repairing a leak on her shed roof when she fell 4 metres to the ground below, hitting her head.
Have we got any appropriate responses at all?
Yeah. She is saying words. She's saying,
Okay.
help me, please.
Intensive care paramedic Bill and the team are almost certain she sustained multiple broken bones, but it's a traumatic head injury that everyone is most worried about right now.
We can see that Annie's got quite confused conversation and is sort of rambling. This could be showing that she's not getting enough blood or oxygen to her brain, or her brain is starting to swell to the point of no return.
We'll get some O2 on her, we'll get a line in, get some fluids up.
Are you a friend or your neighbour? Yep, she's doing okay. She'll calm down in a minute.
So you're saying that she's got a head injury?
Yeah, it wasn't making it quite combative. So we've just given her some medicine to stop that irritability so we can actually treat
How do we know what's going on?
They'll do a brain scan when we get to hospital.
Annie's friend Michelle has been by her side since the accident.
Pupils-wise, deviated.
Are they?
Yeah, both.
The paramedic team need to get Annie off the ground, but first they have to establish her vital signs.
She's still got a good respiratory effort and rate. Okay, so BP, we're happy with.
Incredibly, Annie's vital signs aren't looking too bad, but we've caught Annie in the first stages of a severe head injury, so she's likely to get worse.
So we just need a spinal board roller straight onto her back, get her straight onto the bed.
So we need to work extremely quickly because Annie is definitely sitting on a knife edge at the moment.
So let's go spinal board. Let's do that now.
I learnt the other day, eyebrow laminating.
That's what I get done.
Unbelievable.
It's a much less stressful start to the day for besties Aaron and Laura.
I just don't understand it.
Despite 4 years of paramedicine study, Aaron's always learning new things.
You know you have your eyebrows, the hair goes across. When you laminate it, they use like a permanent solution, so it stays up. So it just gives the appearance of more thicker brows. It's great.
And it's like $100.
Sometimes more. There's so many things girls do. Anyway, who brought up eyebrow line with you anyway?
What? What are you talking about?
While Laura tries to dig for gossip, a call is coming through to the Emergency Operations Centre.
SA Ambulance Service.
It's an emergency, mate.
Tell me exactly what happened.
A distressed man is on the line. he's just found his mum slumped over in her car on the side of the road.
She's passing out, she's vomiting, she just, yeah.
How old is she?
She's in her 70s.
Is she responding normally?
No.
We're going to a 70-year-old female. She's on the road in a white ute, so she's in the car.
Yep.
All that has come through is this fainting.
It could be a heart.
Could be a heart, could be a brain, could be really low blood pressure, and that's why she's fainted.
Hopefully she's not having a stroke.
This could be really bad.
These jobs are really tricky because there could be so much going on. But what we do know is she's not going to be in a good way when we get there.
Oh,
Traffic's terrible today, eh?
So you mentally prepare yourself for the worst because you never know what you're going to get when you open the door, which can be quite confronting.
Is that not on the road? What is on the road?
As we're driving up, we can see this man going crazy, waving. He looks really, really concerned. It definitely makes us think, gosh, she's still unconscious, you know, what actually has happened.
Hello, my name's Laura, this is Aaron.
Christine's distraught son, Kim, is anxiously waiting for help.
Oh, God. All right, I might get you to jump out the way just for a second. Christine, are you able to sit up for me at all?
Christine looks sick. Is she breathing? Does she have a pulse? We're not sure.
Christine?
It's the first time in an ambulance.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, mine too. What a coincidence.
Oh, yeah, right.
Carlos and Nee are doing all they can to take Michelle's mind off her badly broken arm. The 56-year-old was hosting a family get-together when she fell on the way to the bathroom.
So no pain anywhere else? It's just to that arm then, where the bicep is?
Yep, absolutely.
Michelle's putting on a brave front, but is grateful to have husband Darren in the ambulance for support.
Please let me know if it gets worse, especially with the movement and the bumpy roads. And my partner's driving as well, so...
Oh, please, Carlos.
Just ignore him.
I mean, I ignore him every day, all day.
First, he jokes about me not going to Argentina with him. Second, it's the bad driving. Like, what's going on, Carlos?
Drive hasn't been too bad so far.
Oh, drive's been brilliant.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
It's definitely not a 5-star rating for me.
Darren and Michelle tell me that I'm a fantastic driver. It was smooth as butter, so I don't know what Carlos is talking about.
What are you thinking?
Yeah, it's quite in the middle. Yeah, exactly where your scar is. Yeah, you guys are matching scars. Woo! How'd you do that one?
Come off a motorbike years ago.
Oh, I thought you were going to say going to the toilet as well. No pins and needles in the hands? No. I'm just going to have a quick look, just make sure it hasn't gone blue and we need to chop it off or anything.
Oh, great.
Can you still wiggle your fingers? Yeah, excellent. Thank you.
Oh, shit.
And use that whistle.
Despite the pain, the irrepressible Michelle is still refusing to get down about her ruined family lunch.
At least I don't have to do the dishes. Win a win.
Absolutely, yeah. Definitely milk it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure this is not how Michelle thought her afternoon would turn out, but she's still laughing, joking around, smile from ear to ear, which is a great attitude to have.
With the team now at hospital, Michelle will be taken straight to X-rays to confirm just how much damage she's done to her arm.
Thank you.
That's okay. My pleasure.
I'm hoping that Michelle never loses that personality. It was an absolute blast having her. But where the injury is, it's a long bone. It's going to take a long time for that to heal. We're talking weeks, if not potentially months, for her to get back to living her normal day-to-day life.
In we go.
Well, the trip was fantastic.
Oh, I tried. For someone that was in a lot of pain, she was in a pretty good mood.
She was, yeah.
I think I'm going to get Darren to be my work husband, since you keep criticising my driving.
I don't know where she got her license from, but at the end of the day, I love working with Nee. It's always a blast. So unfortunately, Nee stuck with me.
My driving wasn't even that bad.
We'll agree to disagree.
Christine?
Has she got a pulse?
Laura and Aaron are desperately trying to find out what's going on with Christine.
Are you able to sit up for me at all?
The 77-year-old was found by her son Kim, slumped over in her car on the side of the road.
Christine? She's conscious.
Okay.
Hello, my dear. Christine, what's happened today?
I went to my son's place and I felt like I had a tummy ache or something, so
Okay.
I said goodbye to him and I got in the car and come in. I could feel myself going to pass out.
Okay, and you were driving, were you?
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah.
So I stopped.
You pulled over, yeah.
And then I vomited.
Do you think you lost consciousness?
Yeah.
And it just came on all of a sudden? Yeah. Oh, you poor thing. Well, we'll look after you, okay?
I actually can't believe when Christine tells me that she was driving when she felt like she was going to pass out. She's really lucky that there was no accident and there's been no one else hurt.
Can you grab a bed?
Yeah, sure. It is concerning that Christine lost consciousness at some stage. We don't know how long for, and we still don't really know why. So it's really important to get her out of the car and in the ambulance to properly assess her.
Do you think you can swing your legs around? I've got your hand. Oh, you poor thing.
When someone is on the side of the road, it's dangerous, not just for the patient, but for us too. We've got traffic flying by and you do feel super vulnerable, so it's important that we move Christine quickly.
I'll walk around here and just make sure that we are safe.
As Christine is loaded into the ambulance, Kim is fearing the worst. Christine had only just left his house after dropping over a meal when she phoned saying she was going to faint.
We're just gonna go through and assess her, we'll check her heart and everything and make sure everything's okay. Yep. You're welcome to jump up here if you want.
So you've never had like a heart attack or a stroke or anything like that?
No.
So pretty quickly, I'm wanting to know if Christine's blood pressure is okay, what her pulse is doing, her blood sugar level.
Now I'm going to take a picture of your heart, okay?
I also want to do an ECG, check her heart out, because some of these symptoms can correlate with a heart attack.
Any progression with old mate from the gym?
Now we're saying, hi, how are you?
Oh, so words. Words
Yeah,
are now
word- no,
involved.
we've got
Oh, I'm so impressed.
Yep.
Best buddies Olivia and Sally are back on shift and catching up on Sally's love life.
After I saw him at the gym,
Yep.
I went to the shops and this quite handsome man just made a point of coming over and asking me if I knew what it meant when you're carrying bananas around in your trolley.
Right.
Facing up.
So that means more than just you've got an interest in good snacking.
It means you're single and available.
Single and available.
I've been out of the game for a while and I'm not sure what's happened, but there's a whole new love language out there.
Then you've got the pineapple. So if you've got a pineapple in your trolley or your basket and it's upright, it means, for me, it would mean I'm...
This conversation's gonna have to wait for a minute.
So, Ollie, we are going to a 19-month-old that's had a fall at a playground an hour ago and is now lethargic.
Right.
And I believe at the time of the fall has landed on his neck.
Oh, ouch.
When we fall and hurt ourselves, our body releases adrenaline, which is a bit of a natural painkiller. So sometimes symptoms of a more severe injury can present itself in the hours post the incident. So there is a risk that the child may have sustained a spinal injury or concussion.
All right, I'm just going to quickly check your sugar level. Just a small little prick on your finger, okay?
Laura and Aaron are assessing Christine, trying to find out what's making her so ill.
Put your arms by your side, just some slow, deep breaths if you can, and we'll take that picture.
The 77-year-old started to pass out in her car and just managed to get an SOS call to her son, Kim.
Yeah, I mean, everything's looking good at the moment. Blood pressure's a little bit low and heart rate's a little bit on the lower side, but nothing that I'm too concerned about, okay? The symptoms that you have at the moment with like the vomiting and the abdo cramp sounds like it could be like a gastro or a food poisoning, unfortunately. When someone has a fainting episode, a lot of the times it can be attributed to a low blood pressure or a low heart rate. And with Christine, I think she's had this really severe abdo pain, and that's caused her to drop her blood pressure and then have these fainting episodes. Now, Kim, are you going to be following? Are you going to be coming? It's completely up to you.
I'm going to have to go and tell my dad.
Oh, of course.
Mum's his
Oh, you're the carer. Oh, okay, all right.
So I'm going to go and sort that out.
Hey.
Brian's here.
Yeah, okay.
All right?
Yeah.
And don't worry.
Everything's going to be fine.
Okay?
These things happen, you know. It's obvious Christine cares for her son, she's bringing him meals, and then at home she has her husband who she cares for as well, so she looks after everyone else. But today, it's important that I remind her that I'm here to care for her.
I'll meet you wherever, all right?
All right, and then we'll let you know exactly what we're going to do.
Yes. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Sam.
Christine still feels really unwell, so there could be something going on that we can't see in the pre-hospital setting, and she might need blood tests and scans to really figure that out. So it's important that we get Christine checked out as quick as we can.
Hope Mum's okay. She'll probably be quite concerned.
Sally and Olivia are heading lights and sirens to a 19-month-old who's fallen at a playground and is now lethargic.
I remember Hallie had a fall from a playground at school, landed on her neck, so...
Oh, Christ.
Yeah, I can relate to how Mum might be feeling.
Anyone that's caring for a child and they hurt themselves, you feel this immense feeling of guilt, even though it's not your fault. So I'm always really mindful to reassure the carer on scene, to let them know it's okay. Kids are kids. Accidents are going to happen.
Knock, knock. Hi, how are you?
Sally and Olivia are met by worried mum Lucy and her two boys.
This is Jude.
And this is Carmen.
All right. This one had a little bit of a fall. Hi, sweetheart. How are you? Hi. So what happened?
We were on the playground and we were going over a bridge.
Yeah.
And Carlo gave Jude a bit of a push and he fell. We were a bit rough, weren't we?
That's all right. You know, accidents happen.
We find out that Jude's fall wasn't exactly a fall on its own, that Carlo might have just pushed him, but he doesn't look super guilty to me.
What was the bridge over? Bark, yeah. Did we land on our side? Did we land on our back?
Yeah, on his side.
On his side.
Because all here and all here was red.
And then he's been just a little bit quiet, or...?
He fell asleep.
Yeah.
And I wasn't able to wake him up. So
this is the first time you've been able to wake him. You've certainly done the right thing by calling us. When a child has had a fall from a height and they've hit their head, red flags for me is if they're sleepy or lethargic. And the fact that this little boy is lethargic, I'm concerned that he could have a head injury.
Ready, girls, on 3, 1, 2, 3.
And then spawn bottom through. Beautiful.
55-year-old Annie has miraculously survived a 4-metre fall through her shed roof.
So let's have a quick listen to her chest. Her chest looks hyperinflated on one side.
But Bill and the team are worried she sustained broken bones, internal injuries and catastrophic damage to her head.
Okay, that's nice and clear. Okay, so we've got spontaneous movement with a good respiratory rate. She's got a nice pulse.
Annie's respiratory vitals are looking okay at the moment, although it's highly likely she has either broken some or probably all of the ribs on one side of her body, which can cause significant damage. So we can't rule anything out. She might deteriorate extremely quickly.
Annie's friend Michelle has been by her side since the shocking accident. But it's Annie's only child, Jake, who she's calling for.
We'll look after her. We'll take really good care of her. All right, so airways covered, breathing's covered, circulation, we've got a good pulse and a good blood pressure. Disability is the only thing we're worried about, so let's just get her straight up, straight on.
1, 2, 3.
Beautiful. Spin. And then down.
No, let's have a look while we're here.
No.
When we've got Annie on the bed, I'm having a really deep feel through her hair and around her skull.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that's straight through.
When I get to the back of Annie's head, it feels like I can feel broken skull and potentially through to her brain.
Let's just go.
And that means that she has a high likelihood of bleeding internally in her skull, which could lead to brain swelling, which could then lead to disability and or death.
Up we go, Craig.
Right now, Annie is the epitome of unwell, but what she needs is a team of specialists at hospital to help her.
It's okay. Hold my hand. So, if she stops breathing, we have a BVM over your shoulder. If she drops her blood pressure, we have saline already drawn up and hung.
Annie could deteriorate at any moment. So as an intensive care paramedic, I always try to be at least 2 or 3 steps ahead of where I need to be.
Ready to rock and roll, Aaron?
Right now, we're preparing for the worst case scenario because I'm acutely aware we're on the clock and we need to move quickly.
Just having a bit of a feel to see if anything hurts when I touch you, darling.
Sally and Olivia are examining Jude.
Not sore at all? No ouch?
Mum Lucy called for help when Jude became very lethargic and sleepy after being accidentally pushed off play equipment by his big brother Carlo.
Lucy's really concerned that Jude was hard to rouse. So what I want to see from Jude is he behaving normally? But at the same time, I also want to check out Jude from head to toe. Can I shine this in your eyes? Very cute.
But Carlo can't understand what all the fuss is about.
Okay, everyone's serious.
You're a character. Okay, I'm going to put something on your finger. Can I do that? I know.
Carlo, we need your help. We need to get your brother to put his finger in that plastic thing. Could you show him that it's not scary by putting your thumb in for us? No. Looks like my bag of tricks is a bit rusty today, which is confusing because normally I'm the baby whisperer out of the 2 of us.
We'll try a different one. This one goes on your toe. Do you have ticklish feet? Having 5 children has certainly taught me patience. When it comes to little people, you've just got to hang in there and eventually you will get there. Yes. Look, that's what we like to see. 100%. So Jude's ticking all the boxes for everything being okay, which I'm really happy about. He doesn't have any obvious signs of injury at all, so he should be good to stay here. Yeah.
That might be Dad.
Hello. Don't be alarmed.
Dad Darius has arrived home just in time to hear the good news.
Ollie and I have established that we don't need to take Jude to hospital. Not only do Jude's parents have the reassurance that Jude's been assessed by paramedics, but we also have a service where we can have a consult with an ED doctor virtually. It's Sally from SA Ambulance. How are you? That way we can safely leave Jude at home with a follow-up plan should anything else happen.
While Sally sets up a consult for a very relieved Lucy and Darius,
Can I show you my vegetables?
Carlo's busy doing some show and tell.
So what are you growing there?
Something.
Some things. What do you reckon that is? Is that like maybe a zucchini plant? We go to life-threatening emergencies all the time. We go to scenes that are chaotic. What else have you got growing? So it's really nice just to be able to hang out with a cute little kid and just de-stress a little bit.
All right. Well, I'm glad that ended up well. Ah, it's a pleasure. But don't ever hesitate to call. I've got no worries at all that this little man's going to be okay.
See ya.
And that Jude and Carlo are going to be back in the playground, and I wouldn't be surprised if Jude, gets some payback.
You're just on the way to the hospital, Annie. You're in the ambulance. You're doing a fantastic job.
Intensive care paramedics Bill and Craig are racing Annie to hospital.
That's actively bleeding onto that hair.
The 55-year-old was repairing a leaky roof when she plunged 4 metres to the ground, smashing her head.
Annie might have lots of broken bones, internal bleeding, or any other significant injury that we can't see right now, but my biggest concern is a severe brain injury.
She's developing what just looks like a bruised eye on one side.
A traumatic brain injury, depending on severity, can be life-threatening or life-altering. For Annie's case, this might mean that she could lose her independence completely or spend years or months in a rehab facility.
So oxygen's covered, we still have a great blood pressure. We want to put on nasal capnography.
Annie's terrified son, Jake, is now heading to the hospital to be with his mum.
Driving to the hospital, I don't know what to expect. My mum is very much a survivor, a very tough person. She raised me mostly on her own. She's the best mum in the world. I can't really imagine life without her.
You're okay, sweetheart. Calm down.
All right, let's go another Madaz.
How Annie's tracking at the moment, I think she'll need significant interventions, such as surgery to potentially release the pressure of her brain so that it can swell. They might also insert a bolt so they can monitor those pressures and make sure that her brain is getting the vital nutrients, oxygen and blood that it needs to be able to survive.
Annie, we're at the hospital. We're about to go inside, all right?
We've done everything we possibly can. Now it's up to the doctors to do what they can.
Nice and slow.
If she does survive, and that's a big if, I'm worried that Annie's going to have permanent brain damage. It's going to take a miracle to see her get through this.
You're right, Annie.
Is the pain a bit worse again? I might give you a little tablet.
What is it?
Hopefully that tablet starts to kick in a little while, okay?
Christine became ill and fainted while driving home from her son's house.
So your blood pressure's come up a little bit, which is really good.
Laura and Aaron suspect the 77-year-old may have extreme gastro or food poisoning, but more tests are needed.
So you've got Kim. Have you got any other kids?
I've got 2 others.
2 others?
Yeah, and 4 great-grands.
Oh, already?
Yep.
Wow, 77's pretty good to be a great-grandma. I love it. How long have you been married for?
61 years.
How long should we be married?
How long did you say, sorry?
61 years.
61 years. Wait, but you're only 77. So you were married at 16? Wow. And you're still married. Oh, it's beautiful.
I'm certainly not in a rush to be married, but she obviously knew at 16, so they're soulmates. They were meant to be together, and that's pretty amazing.
How old were you when you had your first child?
I had all my children by the time I was 19.
Oh, no.
But my husband and I would say to each other how lucky we are that we can still see our great-grandchildren and that we're close to all of them.
It's so beautiful.
What I love about Paramedics is that you get to help someone every day. I also love that no job is the same. You meet so many different people from different walks of life and they have these magnificent lives and amazing things that they can pass on. I think that is just a privilege and incredible, and I feel so lucky. I can't believe that I get to do this every day.
You are incredible. We're not going to let this silly little bug keep you down for long.
Laura and Aaron have done their job, successfully taking Christine's mind off her illness.
We're just about to pull up.
Christine seems like she's just got this wonderful life, and I'm hoping that this is only like a small little setback and she can be home tonight, seeing her family and friends, and yeah, just living her best life.
Alrighty, shall we?
Hi, sweetheart. How are you?
Mum Lucy called for help when 19-month-old Jude became worryingly lethargic after his big brother Carlo accidentally pushed him off play equipment.
There we go.
Fortunately, an examination cleared him of any injuries, and there's been no more brotherly scuffles at the park.
Then you've got the pineapple.
As for Sally and Olivia's chat about the secret code of supermarket flirting,
This conversation's gonna have to
wait.
Sally is finally able to finish her story.
So a pineapple that is up the correct way for me being a female would be I am single and interested in a male.
Okay.
An upside down pineapple in your trolley is I'm looking for someone that swings.
Oh, saucy.
Yep.
How would you put a pineapple upside down?
Yeah, I guess you just put it upside down and balance it. I don't know, but
I don't think they've thought this through.
Is that sore I'm pressing down?
Yeah, there it's sore.
Michelle's family lunch came to an abrupt halt when she had a fall on the way to the bathroom.
Have you had anything for the pain, like Panadol, ibuprofen? Sorry for asking. It's okay.
Despite Michelle putting on a brave front, Nee and Carlos were worried the 56-year-old had broken her right arm. X-rays confirmed they were right. Michelle spent 3 days in hospital, but had to wear a brace for several months.
Christine, are you able to sit up for me at all?
77-year-old Christine was lucky she didn't crash her car when she became sick and fainted. Distressed Kim called an ambulance, fearing the worst.
Don't worry.
Everything's going to be fine. These things happen, you know.
Turns out Christine had a nasty bug in her bowel, but was allowed to go home to rest and recover later that same day.
You're okay, darling. You're doing very, very well.
55-year-old Annie fell 4 metres through her shed roof when she was trying to fix a leak.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that's straight through.
When I get to the back of Annie's head, it feels like I can feel broken skull and potentially through to her brain.
Bill was worried she had sustained a catastrophic brain injury. Bill and the team raced Annie to hospital and got her there alive. But no one knew if she was going to make it.
Nothing's in the right spot.
4 months later, and Annie's son Jake and daughter-in-law Ashley are back at the scene of the horrific accident, packing up some of Annie's belongings.
Once I got to the hospital, they explained to me they wanted to try and release the pressure out of her brain and then put her in an induced coma. So I knew it was pretty serious. And then when I saw her, I was very scared that she wasn't going to be waking up.
Excuse me, son, what are you doing up there? Those 2 chairs go on the hook, thanks.
Okay.
I know I've got rules.
Incredibly, a very determined Annie not only survived the fall, but is now back at home with her little dog Sense.
I don't remember what happened at all. And when I was in hospital, I didn't remember why I was there. I didn't know I'd been injured as bad as I was. And I thought I could go home, but no saying no.
A bolt inserted into her head to monitor the pressure saved her from surgery. But a traumatic brain injury meant she had to spend 10 weeks in hospital and rehab before she was allowed to go home.
It's nice to have you at the hospital.
Oh, it's great being out of the hospital.
Hardest 3 months of your life.
True. Well, you did a good job fixing the roof.
The roof may be repaired, but Annie is still getting over a punctured lung, fractured shoulder blade, face and kneecap, and broken ribs.
I'm so glad paramedics got here so quickly and got me to the hospital quickly. I thank the universe every day because as bad as it wasn't as bad as it could have been. So I'm really grateful for that.